Hey there, I'm Trey Baker. Welcome to Trey's Talks to Grow, your monthly equipping and encouraging resource. This month I'm really excited, got something completely different for you. I love it when organizations find a synergy between what they do and a noble cause in the marketplace. So this month we're going to be hearing from a very special guest, Robert Barker, president at Bob Barker Incorporated, America's leading detention supplier. They're celebrating their 40th anniversary. And he's going to come in and he's going to share with us why they've created this position called the Vice President of Corporate Social Responsibility. They employ about 165 people. It's a great, great company located in Fuquay. So I look forward to hearing from Robert and the information that he's going to share with you.
Well, about 18 months ago, our business embarked on rewriting our corporate vision and mission of the business. As we rewrote that vision, it changed pretty drastically from its predecessor, and our new vision is transforming criminal justice while honoring God in all that we do. And I felt like for us to begin to fully live into that vision and to honor God in all the things that we're doing as a business, that we really needed a position that was focused around some elements that can oftentimes be forgotten in a business. So the four main tenets that this role is focusing on is our workplace impact, our community impact, our industry impact, and our environmental impact. And those are areas that can potentially not be taken into consideration as business decisions are being made, but we felt as a part of honoring God in all that we do that we need to be mindful of others that we impact and the environment, the way that we impact the environment and decisions that we make. So we wanted a high-level position in the business that would always be the voice of making sure that we're considering these other constituents that are impacted by our business. The first of the elements is workplace, and that's probably one that historically we've had the most focus on in the business, which is how we impact our team members in the business and the things that we do to help them grow and to disciple them in the business. That is one aspect of that, but it also involves how are we impacting our suppliers that are scattered all over the globe from a workplace perspective. How are we managing and governing the business with independent directors and oversight that helps make sure that we're complying with our own ethical standards. Over the last 4 years, this is now the 5th year, I guess, we're doing this. We've had a different life skill for that we focused on with team members in a given year. And they fall into what we call the 4 gets of the business, which is how we organize the business plan of our business. And they're get heart, get fit, get focused, and get paid. And each year we rotate through one of those and focus some life skill activities around it. So this year, for instance, Get Fit is the personal life skill initiative where we're really trying to encourage people to take responsibility for their health and to increase the level of activity that they have in their lives on a daily basis. And so one of the things that we've done this year is providing Fitbits to team members and their spouses to help make them aware of how much they're walking throughout the day and help give them opportunities to compete with each other in their levels of activity and improve that over time, and ultimately that's beneficial to their health and the overall well-being of the company. So from a community perspective, what we have done in the business, Get Heart was the life skill focus a couple of years ago now, where we really encourage folks to get involved on a volunteer basis with nonprofits in the community that are making a difference. And we wanted them to get involved both from a time and a resources perspective. So we offered folks an hour a month that would be paid time off for them to spend volunteering to a charity of their choice, and hopefully they would spend time even beyond that helping that charity. But we also agreed to match charitable contributions to charities of people's choice up to $5,000, including local churches, to our team members. And we do that year in and year out. And we've really been floored how much folks have taken advantage of that, and the number of good nonprofit organizations and local churches and ministry opportunities we've been able to support through that effort. Prior to us having this role, I think some of the elements of the programs, like the life skills piece and the volunteerism piece, we really were managing from within our human resources department. So our organization there and the team members that we had there really helped organize. Like 1 year when Get Paid was the life skills focus, we had a 13-week Dave Ramsey Financial Peace University that we offered to our team members, that we offered at lunchtime for team members and their spouses and family members, and in the evenings. And they helped coordinate that and get that facilitated. They helped coordinate volunteer efforts and reaching out to organizations in the community that we could support. So really, before this was created, our human resources team was involved in a lot of this, and that's probably a good organic place to start in an organization for a part of the organization that's already there. And I think as that develops and as the company grows, then possibly, in time, maybe a dedicated resource could focus on that. But there are a lot of elements that relate around human resources that would be a good place to start for people. Yeah, so from an environmental perspective, that's probably, of the 4 tenets, that's probably the one that we have the least amount of development on as a business. Some of the things that we have been looking at is possibly the installation of a photovoltaic farm at our 200,000 square foot distribution center, where we would put solar panels on the rooftop of the distribution center to offset the energy consumption of that building, reduce our carbon footprint as one possibility. We've also looked at installing LED lighting in our corporate offices in place of the fluorescent lights that are there in order to reduce the energy consumption that's involved, and even talked of possibly installing electric chargers at our offices to encourage folks to possibly consider purchasing an electric vehicle. One of the biggest challenges that our industry face is an issue known as recidivism. It's a big word, and it's a word that a lot of folks aren't familiar with, but essentially what it is the rate at which somebody that leaves a correctional facility today returns to that facility in the future, typically measured in a 3-year period. And unfortunately, historically, that level has been very high. So basically about 70% of people that leave a correctional facility today will find themselves back in a facility within 3 years. So there's really not a lot that's taking place in the form of rehabilitation with inmates in that environment, and they're staying caught in that life cycle and pattern. And so a few years ago, we started a private foundation, the Bob Barker Company Foundation, that we began tithing out of the net income of the business to fund initiatives that could help reduce recidivism in our industry. And we've been working the last several years to research and understand best practices to this end and find in organizations that we can align ourselves with and support in these efforts, and also figure out what Bob Barker Company can do individually and vis-a-vis our team members, and how we operate our business, like hiring ex-offenders to help with some of the issues that inmates face when they get out. Yes, that would be a glorious end to all of this if I put myself out of business because we were so successful at reducing recidivism. I would die a very happy man if that was the case.